you were saying earlier about Lance's mobility, I think the one thing that we did see in terms of his pocket presence and everything was from the beginning of that third quarter in that Seahawks game when Jimmy got hurt and he went in. So the end of that Texans game, I thought I saw real improvement in terms of pocket presence, understanding pressure. The one thing for me, Jose, that I really want to see him improve on, I think the thing that Shanahan might get a little frustrated with is his decisiveness in the running game. It felt like, especially in that Texans game, there were situations where he just needs to pull the trigger and get those easy 5 yards instead of keep looking downfield. If anything, this is a guy who needs to learn how to run more often, I think, because really, unlike some of these other mobile quarterbacks, he is not looking to run first. He is looking to pass up until the very last second, almost to a fault, really. And I think for him, if he improves on that next year, I think that would be a huge thing for him. And really, when I went back in the article and what kind of spurred the whole idea for how his mobility would improve the offense is his pressure to sack rate, Jose, is incredible, actually. When you really look at it, amongst starting quarterbacks, the only starter who was better was Josh Allen last season. So in terms of evading pressure and being able to keep the play going downfield and make an off-schedule play, Trey Lance was elite at it last season. I mean, it's obviously a small sample size, but when I think about that Texans game, especially that series that started at the back of the end zone, right, with the all slants that he misses, and then he makes the play to Brandon Aiyuk on the boundary. Then a few plays later, he misses the easy throw to Kittle, and he's rolling left and decides to sidearm it to Trent Sherfield. It's plays like that I think really will pique Kyle Shanahan's interest. And at least initially, I feel like that will be the biggest improvement for this team, Jose, because whereas Jimmy Garoppolo, if he misses that read, it is almost game over entirely for that play. With Trey Lance, man, he just has a much larger margin for error than Jimmy Garoppolo does. And it's vastly different, actually. He can mess up and still make a very positive play. Whereas with Jimmy Garoppolo, I kind of talked about this with Grant actually on his channel the other day, how, with 3-point shooters, how like a J.R. Smith type, right? You'll see him take one, you'll go, no, yes, and they finally make it. With Jimmy Garoppolo, when he rolls outside the pocket, it's like, no. Like it is not going to end well. And every time that would happen this season, I would just get this feeling inside me like, no. Like, what the hell is about to happen? What's going to go wrong? That is not the case with Trey Lance. And I feel like that more than anything will be the key to him improving the offense at first and getting comfortable and making plays like that.
Yeah, I think my final point about him mobile, when you say you want him to take those easy 5 yards, I honestly think Shanahan was in his head. I think he was thinking a lot, Lance, in those games. I noticed that immediately in preseason. And I think that started from training camp, because a lot of talk is, you're too big, especially when you're a young player and you can move. He can't expect to do that in training camp. And he can't make that a habit, because the reality is there is a pass rush there. And if he had scrambled a lot more in training camp, then it's like, all right, cool, you're going to do that in a game. Great. Now you're missing all these players instead of keeping your head upfield. So I think he might be doing that a little too much. But it's kind of hard to say. He should be keeping that mindset, but there's going to be that comes with growth. The same thing why, and I remember all my family members are Niner fans. They were all pissed off talking to me like, why did Trey Lance not reach for the pylon in the Arizona game? Why did he try to truck his defender? I'm like, that's what he did in college, because he was trucking. That's going to come through learning. He's never had to. I never watched more than a single game of Trey Lance, other than the one game his rookie year his rookie year, the year before, where he stopped playing. And I can literally probably say with such confidence, without watching him, that I'm pretty sure he never had to do that. He either was walking in or he was trucking fools.
Yeah.
So that's something that he's gonna learn, and that's the same thing now, where he's can't learn. He's gonna have to eventually learn, like, okay, even though I'm keeping my head up the field, I don't need to always just try to force something in. I can just try to take the easy out. It's learning. He's young. He's a rookie, so
exactly
patience.